Hi, my name is Anthony Galvin Healy. I'm a journalist, a writer and an entertainer from Ireland. I'm 55 years old and all my life I've been fascinated by the polar regions. The Ice Warrior name, it's just really catchy. Ice Warrior, it sounds macho, it sounds intriguing. But I just came across it on Facebook, and to be honest, it's about the third time I have applied for an Arctic or Antarctic expedition, and the fourth time I've applied for an expedition. I remember when I was 19, Tim Severin was sailing all around the world on medieval boats of all sorts, and I just wrote him a letter saying, if you're looking for a cook, I'll cook for you. And it's because I had no discernible skills and I knew I had nothing he needed, so I thought, I'll cook. He didn't bother replying. I'm hitting this mission with a mix of experience and complete inexperience. In my early years, I loved hill walking, but I developed a serious arthritic problem in the knees in my late teens, and I had a 25-year gap until the problem was solved. So I had a lifetime of not hill walking when I should have been hill walking. So in that sense, I'm behind the curve. I don't have the navigational skills and things like that. But in my day job as a children's entertainer, I spent 22 winter seasons in Lapland in northern Finland. So I have had 22 winters in the Arctic. I know about the cold. I know what it feels like, even as low as -45. So the cold, I know I can cope with. I know I love the north, and I can upskill in all the other areas. If I'm lucky enough to be one of the people on one of the relay legs, I expect the experience of a lifetime. To be on the frozen polar sea, who gets to be on the polar frozen sea? Like, we can all go to Iceland and walk on a glacier. We can all go on a skiing holiday, but we want to push ourselves. We want to go to the extreme. And the idea of 3 weeks in a tent, completely self-reliant, it's just you and your teammates against the elements. And against the elements is kind of the wrong way. With the elements is probably a better way of putting it. I just love the idea of immersing myself in that. The world of Scott and Shackleton and Amundsen and Fridtjof Nansen and all these guys. It would be great to experience that. I've read those books since I was a teenager. I want to see the places. I'm a relatively new recruit to the whole Ice Warrior process. I was lucky because of COVID. 2 years ago, I would have loved this idea, but I wouldn't have been in a position to do it. We came a little out of lockdown and I went on the Warrior Selection Weekend. Absolutely loved it, had a blast, and now I'm here on the core skills course. Had it come a year ago, I couldn't have done it because of COVID. 2 years ago, because of life circumstances. Now I'm in the right place in my life, so I've found it and it's found me at a perfect time, and for that I'm thankful. There's a couple of teams involved in this, and one is the obvious team, the people who are on the ice, but there's another team, the support team back home, and there are so many ways that people who aren't directly involved can help those of us that are involved. There's the obvious ways like sponsorship, but there's other ways. If you have a friend who's an ice warrior and you're a fitness expert, help them train. If you're a nutritionist, have a look at their diet. Just cheer them up, encourage them. If you know somebody who might be able to throw a few quid their way, make the introductions. Because if you're looking for sponsorship and you deal with a company, you don't know who you're meant to be dealing with in the company. And if anyone can help somebody make that vital connection, that's a huge, huge way you can help the whole Ice Warrior project. And it's not just about a couple of guys and a couple of girls getting to where they want to get. It's not like Everest. We'll do it because it's there. Yes, we're doing it because it's there. And that's a very valid reason to do anything. But we're also doing it because there's a scientific knock-on. We are going to be taking samples all along the way. And those samples are vital because they're being taken in a region that hasn't been explored. They're going to tell us a lot that will help determine how the polar ice caps are melting, if they are. Now, we strongly believe they are, but we're going to get the raw data to confirm that. It's also going to help meteorological patterns and all sorts of things. So there's a real world benefit from this. It's not just a jolly old trip.